I have a question, Stuart. Chris.
Yes, Chris.
Stuart, thank you for telling us about CISA. I have four people in my life that are leaving the world right now. My first husband, father of my kids, grandkids, great grandkids, and two other friends, and now CISA's husband. And my question is, are there cycles like this where we experience loss in groups?
Yes, Chris. I mean, look, I always say it kind of in a joking way, but nobody's alive from the 17th century.
Right.
We're born, and what we do with life from the time we come into the world to the time we leave the world determines the level of consciousness, that we attain and our ability to get closer to spiritual enlightenment. And there's something in the universe that is very forgiving. If you don't do it in this lifetime, they give you another lifetime and another one and another one until a person gets so tired of beating their head against the wall, they finally begin to listen to that sound of creative energy and learn the purpose for their being and the purpose why they were born, what they have to do with this precious thing we call time and life. And it's like one of the things I told Cisa when I talked to her, I said, read the opening pages of this book I just wrote and how it completely transformed my life. And it had to do with the fact that somebody very close to me, my father, died. And if you use this time with people that are leaving the world, you will grow. You will grow exponentially, just as I grew exponentially because of the experience I went through at a very young age. There's birth, there's death. And part of learning what to do with this treasure of time we're given between birth and death is how to arrive at a state of being inside where there is neither birth nor death. There's just the evolution of the human soul. The soul needs to be born to learn whatever it's got to learn here. The soul needs to leave so it can move on to a higher dimension. Each and every person that you mentioned is going through this, Chris. We as human beings have to respect it. We have to support it. And in many ways, we have to feel gratitude and joy in our heart that the soul came here and now it's leaving to go to a higher plane. And I think this is essential because it gives us a grasp of what our purpose is, other than making money, fighting wars, people killing each other, people robbing and stealing, and this and that and the other. I mean, it's all nonsense. When you compare it to the real purpose for what we are born to learn, and that is we need to come here because each and every one of our souls has to learn something essential that can help it to move to a higher plane of consciousness. It learns it here and it will keep coming back here until it finally learns it. And what is it has to learn? Joy, love, happiness, compassion for other human beings. How we're born here not even to have a spiritual life, but to learn to become human beings. And until we learn that, keep coming back. And what does that mean? We live with an open heart. We live with compassion for other human beings. We don't spend our time judging other people because their belief system is different than ours.
Man.
And when the soul learns this, it moves on to a higher plane in the evolution of consciousness, getting closer and closer to a oneness with God. So you have five people, Chris, reminding you of this. Listen to it
Yes.
and be And don't feel sorrow. Rudy told me, don't lament when I die. Don't build shrines to me. That's what he told me. He said, just learn what I have to teach. And then maybe you can effectually help another human being as their soul must learn a purpose for being in the world.
That is so beautiful. Thank you so
You
much.
clear what I'm talking about?
Yes, I hear
So we
you.
have to, when a child is born, all there is joy and happiness and sweetness and love and flowers and candy. And, when somebody dies, all there is depression and unhappy. It should be joy on both levels. The soul is just moving on, and the soul has to move on if it's going to evolve and get closer to a state of enlightenment.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Chris. And just one last thing. Don't have expectations about how other people are going to respond to, people close to them dying. Just love them. Love them. And one day they all wake up. Everybody wakes up. I woke up. I was 16 years old and I woke up. Why am I here? To make billions of dollars and be miserable? To make millions of dollars and be miserable? Why am I here? To become all powerful and be miserable? The answer is very simple: to live with an open heart, with love, with happiness, joy. That's what the soul comes here to learn. And I must say, most people never learn this. It takes hundreds of incarnations for them to finally find out all they have to do is be happy. And they're finally finished with all this bullshit that goes on in the world. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
That was a great answer, Stuart.
Well, it took 50 years to come up with an answer like that. It really did. I mean, I didn't know that answer when I was 16. I just got a good kick in the butt by my father telling me, schmuck, find out what your purpose here is in the world. And I found out my father was my first grade teacher. And it was him that guided me to find Rudy.
So, how did he guide you to find Rudy?
By having literally transformed my life. Everything that I was thinking that I wanted to do in my life changed. And I said, there's only one essential element. I have to somehow find the kind of serenity I saw in my father just before he died, that I had never seen in him before or seen in anybody before. And I can't wait till 2 hours before I leave the world to find how to live here with an open heart in a state of nothingness, total surrender. And in order to find that state, you got to live through everything your karma requires. You got to make money, you got to have family, you got to have friendships, relationships, deal with the political madness that goes on in the world. You got to deal with all of it. It's karma. But the ultimate goal is that all of it teaches you. The answer is inside yourself. It's not in the objective world. And my father was the first person who, whether it was consciously or unconsciously, showed me this. And it changed my life. I said, no, you got to find some. I knew I was very insecure young man and very neurotic and very, really a little bit wacko when I was a kid. I needed to find somebody who could teach me how to do this. Every person you and I and all of us meet, in life, in one way or another, is teaching us exactly this. We have to learn to listen. And as I say over and over again, it doesn't mean you don't have that great house you want and money and success, and all of those things are just, they're negligent. They're just stuff you have to go through in order to finally get a clear path to the purpose for coming to the world, which is to just be happy. You can be happy with money. You can be happy with a great house. You can be happy when you're taking out the garbage. You can be happy when you're doing all kinds of nonsense in the world. But the goal is ultimately love. God is love, compassion, and not as some concept in the mind, but as living experience. Living experience. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Great questions. God bless you all. I tell you all the time, I come here to learn. If I didn't learn anything coming here, I wouldn't be here. And your presence, questions you ask, the incredible energy that this hour of meditation creates, it's all part of the learning process. And I just have nothing but gratitude that I can spend time with all of you this way. God bless you all. Thank you. And if there are no more questions, there'll be a class on Thursday, same time, same place. There's also a class tomorrow evening, but that one is later and too late for people from Europe and Israel to attend. So I'll be seeing you all soon. Bless you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Stuart.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you.